Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Oscar De La Hoya, gold medalist, Hall of Fame boxer. He failed a sobriety test and was charged with the DUI in Pasadena, I believe it was. Now, TMZ broke the story. I took to my Instagram immediately and posted about it. I was flying, as you guys see. I'm in Las Vegas covering the Frampton Santa Cruz 2 fight. Should be a great fight. I'll have some coverage tomorrow. I got here after the media arrivals, but yeah, this is my sky view. And oh yeah, Gerald Miller called out Deontay Wilder. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at Boxingego. But Oscar De La Hoya, he failed a sobriety test in Pasadena. I posted about it earlier, and there's not much to talk about, but a lot of you guys wanted me to talk about it, and I guess just do a formal video about it. And there's not much to say. It's not a good look. I think Golden Boy, they had some good news for the company in terms of getting a multi-fight deal with ESPN, but then they've also had a lot of bad news, and we all know negative usually outshines the positive. And the bad is the NIGGER emails from their correspondent who works with Ring Magazine, a Golden Boy owned company, right? And they're having a casual conversation calling Al Heyman the Black Hitler, calling him the N-word. And to this day, I have not seen Golden Boy address it publicly, right? And it seems like they would have some damage control in there right now and say, hey, we've released a person, or let people know the ramifications for that person's action, right? You just let that slide and the person gets to keep their job as Ring Magazine. Why should we respect whoever the articles they write when they're talking like that? You know what I'm saying? That has no place in boxing. Lou DiBella, he just came down on Angel Garcia for saying NIGGA, and there's some controversy. I'm not going to get into it, but bottom line is Angel Garcia is from the hood. He's from a rough part, North Philly or whatnot, and I don't think he was saying it to be malicious. I think that's the culture. I mean, let's not forget, a person Oscar De La Hoya fought was Hector Macho Camacho, rest in peace to the legend. And post-fight, he's like, I'm ready to fight anybody. Oh, y'all niggas can get it. But I don't think he was being racist in that moment. I think he just, you know what I mean, that's on the East Coast. Sometimes people of different, you know what I mean, nationalities, Puerto Rican, Dominican, or whatever, they use that word. But the context that it was used in, that's at least debatable. But there's no debate in the Golden Boy emails, because he said, the person that wrote it with Ring said NIGGER, which we all know what that means for sure. You put an A on it, you can interpret it slightly different, you know what I mean? Some people still aren't okay with that, and I understand that. But you can hear the follow-up stuff they were saying, calling Al Heyman a scumbag, calling him the Black Hitler, and also not wanting those particular emails to be admissible in court. So Oscar, to me, I think he just has to get it together. He's running a company, and at the end of the day, these aren't a good look. And I mean, I'm not gonna say I told you so, but I made videos where he did unrelated stuff. Like there was one where he says, hey guys, I might come out of retirement, and if I do, the person I'll face is Triple G. And then he got in the car like, what? Fight Triple G. But I told you guys in that video, like, you see his eyes, he looked like he was clearly leaving like a bar or club and that kind of setting, and his eyes look all glazed over, right? You know what I'm saying? You could tell when someone's been drinking. That's how, I mean, cops especially, right? And then he did another recent one with TMZ. It's like TMZ always catches him like under the influence, but that situation, maybe he had a designated driver or whatever. But the recent one where he was talking about Canelo fighting against Conor McGregor, you hear him slurring in his speech. It's not a good look. He was like, the fans, they might think that Canelo is Irish. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can hear a slur to his speech, and look at his face, and he looks, I mean, I'm not a police you know what I mean, highway patrol, but you can clearly tell when somebody's like not, you know what I mean, maybe on something or not, you know what I mean, coherent and don't have all their faculties. And it's just not a good look. We know that Oscar De La Hoya has struggled with substance abuse, not just drinking, but also hardcore drugs, right? And most notably, he checked himself into rehab. His cash cow to this day, Canelo's biggest fight, he missed it. And that was the Floyd Mayweather, the 1 card, which was a great card. And he had Lucas Matisse, Danny Garcia on the co-main event. Canelo was undefeated. Mayweather was undefeated. Canelo was like 13 years Mayweather's junior. You know what I mean? And Oscar missed that. He missed his fighter's biggest fight to that date. And that's not a good look. Getting a DUI, not a good look. The way I look at it like this, I'm a YouTuber. Oscar's been in the game for a minute, but I make enough where I can call an Uber, right? I could get a Lyft. I can have a friend take me, have a designated driver. So if I can do that, then I know for sure Oscar De La Hoya could do that. He's running the company. And not to mention his cash cow rakes in a lot of cash. Not to mention his cash cow has a lot of demands and stipulations where he's clearly the A side and they use that to their full advantage. Like Chavez Jr. said that he's getting, Canelo and team is getting 80% of the bag, which I'm not the smartest brother in the world, but that means Chavez's team is only getting 20%, right? So Canelo's been doing the A side thing and he's the A side over Liam Smith and Amir Khan, etc. So you're making a pretty penny off of Canelo alone, not to mention your other fights like Lemieux Stevens and stuff like that. So you could definitely, I never understood why celebrities always get busted with DUIs. Like Broner did too. And it's just, you got money. You know what I'm saying? How hard is it? You know what I mean? Pick up some babes or something and have them take you if they're sober or whatever. It's really not that hard. It's not worth it. And the other thing is, the biggest thing is you're a businessman and you want people in the industry to, obviously people respect Oscar De La Hoya as a fighter and stuff and know he's in the business and stuff. He has a lot of ties with the WBC, the Suleiman family and stuff like that. So he's connected. But at the end of the day, you want even fans to take you seriously. But if it looks like you're relapsing or doing the stuff you're not supposed to be doing, you look at the competition, they're not playing out here. Al Heyman is, and I'm going to do a separate video about this, that's why you guys are calling him the Black Hitler. He's putting on cards, double headers, triple headers, back-to-back fight. The biggest fight in the States that I could think of is Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman. You could say Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia or Triple G Jacobs, but I personally think Garcia Thurman is the one that's garnering more interest and stuff like that. The build up alone, like Angel Garcia's antics and stuff, is getting people to talk about it. So far, Golovkin's side and Jacob's side have been real respectful. So we're just looking for a good fight. Plus, that's a pay-per-view versus Garcia Thurman is on regular free TV on CBS. So your competitors aren't playing any games. They just added 2 good fights to the Broner Granados card. I have an article on the website boxingego.com. And Richard Schaefer, ex-Golden Boy employee, he's doing the same thing. He just teamed up with David Haye, a UK name, who's a heavyweight active fighter, has a fight coming up March 4th also against Tony Bellew. And they just teamed up and did a 50-50 partnership in Haymaker Ringstar. So now they got the UK covered, right? Ringstar has already signed a bunch of Olympians. Tony Yuka, the Balderas brothers, Carlos, and he's an Olympian, and some other people. They've already put together their first card last December. Julian J. Rock Williams getting an IBF mandatory title shot that he'd been asking for against Jamal Charlo, headlined by another great fight, which was Abner Matis and Cuellar going for a title. And Abner Matis pulled the upset. I don't know the actual odds, but to me, a lot of people said he was going to get knocked out, and he looked good in that fight. So while you're having these little run-ins and stuff like that, your competition is just running their business and it's not being publicized. So there's just a lot of negative light on Golden Boy right now, right? Canelo's actions, getting a DUI, the N-word emails, you know what I'm saying? It's just, those aren't a good look. And the best news from Golden Boy is the announcement of a couple of fights. You know what I mean? The Chavez Jr. Canelo fight's getting a favorable response. I haven't seen too many people go in. Some people don't like it. Lemieux Stevens getting a good response. And then the ESPN deal. You know what I mean? Those are all good things. But like I said, negativity usually outweighs the good stuff. And you know what I mean, just look at the comments in this video. I didn't even say nothing about Oscar. Pocket change for a millionaire. I was born drunk. Canelo's camp is looking shaky already. Shit, he should have been arrested the night he said Canelo would beat Connor's ass. See, that's the TMZ interview I was talking about. Go watch it. I'll try to put the link in the description. He looked like he was like kind of wasted. You know what I'm saying? Celebrating at a bodega, back on coke. You know what I'm saying? You don't really want this from the fans. Obviously, I understand. I do this, right? This is my whole job. I don't work at JCPenney's or Best Buy or anything like that. So this is what I do. I understand you're not going to please everybody. You will get negative feedback, but situations like this, plus your past demons, this is like you become an easy target. Of course, people are going to say these things and this crazy shit. So you're like bringing that on yourself. So hopefully Golden Boy gets it straight, addresses those emails, and then Oscar takes this as a slap on the wrist. And, you know what I mean? It could be worse. It could be fatal. We're seeing stars pass away. Q from World Star, Mary Tyler Moore. So God forbid people pass away or you kill somebody because you're drunk driving and stuff like that. It's not making sense for a millionaire. Let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.